Okay, modelers, so I'm back with another video. I haven't disappeared after all. Well, I have got an update video on the channel if you want to go and watch that, and it'll let you know where I've been and what I've been up to. Basically, I'm moving into a hobby shop on partnership with someone, and we're busy doing that at the moment. So it gives me the opportunity to actually review new stock as it comes in, and this is one of the kits that we've got in that I'm really happy about. This is one of those ones that took my eye, and I thought, oh, I've got to show you guys this. This is a really nice looking kit. So this one's from Miniart. I've got quite a few Miniart ones I would like to show you guys over the next few months. This one just caught my eye because it's just one of those beautiful looking trucks that you can do in so many different ways. You can have it as a street truck, you know, all nice and clean and all that, or you can have it as a rusted out shell. You know, it just lends itself to so many things. The other great thing about this, it comes with the furniture and all that sort of stuff that's in there as well. One of the things I love about Miniart, they throw all this extra stuff in there. It's just great. The box art, again, is one of those things that just grabs you. Like just seeing that picture on the cover is like, oh wow, I love that, I've got to have that. And the way that the artist has done this, where you've got the focus is on the truck and then everything's blurred out into the background here, like that's all out of focus, and it's really great. It's one of those things that just grabs you as soon as you see it. The box is fairly well standard. You have got, as you can see there, quite a few options for markings and stuff like that. But being a street truck, you can, you know, come up with your own ideas about what you want to do with the thing. So anyway, guys, I'm going to open the box up now. We'll go through and we'll show you what's inside. Okay, now one of the things I love about Miniart is the photo etch is actually sealed in its own little packet like that. That is a great idea. So inside here will be, I'll point out, and there's your little photo etch sheet, and it's all nice and protected. It can't get bent and, unless you really abuse the box or something. But that is just such a great idea. It's something Miniart do that I think is just a fantastic idea. What we'll do, we'll go through the instruction book first, so I'll pull that out of the bottom here. As you can see, it's a beautiful instruction book. I'll just zoom out a little bit to make sure you can get most of the book in the picture there. Okay, so straight away, look, you look at it and it's really well done. It's one of those ones that's all its beautiful colours. These are all your markings. Fantastic stuff. I mean, even just looking at those instructions, I want to start building this now. It's just really great. And they've even got this one here, you know, the bit sort of weathered up with dust up the side, and you know, it gives you a couple of little ideas and stuff like that. So you've got plenty of options to play with this. And so the the last two pages are the nice high gloss paper, and then you go into your normal paper here. So obviously got our sprue call out here, a bit of information up here, attention warnings, things like that. So this has got the full motor. And another thing about Miniart these days, that they seem to be releasing all these kits that have got full interiors. Like the tanks have got the driving compartments, the engines, full interior. Everything that's in the real tank is inside the kit, and they're doing the same with these. So you've got the full engine and that. And it's not like a really simple build. There is a bit of detail, so a few bits have to go together, so it'll keep you fairly busy. Looking at where the suspension joins onto the side here, looks like there's a little bit of fine stuff there. And it's one of the things I worry about. If there's too much fine stuff on suspension and you glue it up, it's not going to sit flat on the ground. So it's going to be interesting to see what this is going to be like to build up. See chassis going together there in a few different pieces. And then we've got this strange system for the wheels up here, where you've got all these pieces go together and then they make up the tyres on the outside and the rim in the middle. It's a strange thing. It's like putting plates together to make the width of the tyre. Strange way to do it, but I guess they figure, you know, we like sniffing glue and putting things together, so maybe that's why they've done that. I'm not sure. Got our diff going together here. Goes on to the chassis. Then we've got all our steering linkages, all that sort of thing. I'm not sure with the steering whether it's set or whether you can move it. That's something I'm going to have to sort of find out in the build. But looking at the way you've got these photo etch parts and stuff like that, it may be that they've made it so you can move it, but it's going to be very delicate. It'll be something you have to be very careful of. So then we've got our back tyres and stuff going together over here, a bit more stuff going on the chassis there, radiator and that going in, front bumper. Then we got our exhaust system getting put up underneath, then our guards, and these are the bulkheads to hold the tray on the back. Then our seat and gear shifts and stuff like that. So that's probably something you want to paint separate and then put it on after. I'm not sure. It's one of those things as you go through the build, go through the instructions, you know, look how it goes together and then work out yourself how exactly you're going to put this thing together to make the painting process much easier. Then we got like obviously our windscreen, dashboard, all that sort of thing going together. It's amazing with that dashboard, what, 3 gauges in there? It's incredible. You look at the cars now with all the gauges. The firewall here, even the firewall's got all these lovely little parts that go in there. Our pedals going in there. Then that front part of the firewall, the windscreen, all getting put down onto the chassis. Roof going on, the back going on to the cab, the doors. So they're all separate, it's not like one big solid cab. So again guys, work out how you want to do this. This is obviously, it looks like it's got hinges on it as well maybe. Not sure, yeah it has got hinges so you can have these open obviously. Same with the bonnet, you can have that open and closed. Not sure what that part there is. So that's the horn. Okay, our beautiful big headlights going on. Oh, that's something I love about these old cars is those headlights. Then we've got our tray going in the back, so it's obviously one piece, so you have to paint that up and weather it up or whatever, however you want it, nice polished timber or whether you want it old worn out timber. It's up to you. The side rails all going on there as well. And so there's all these little bits of photo XT, you'll have to read the instructions carefully to get them right. And then we've got all this lovely furniture. This is one of the things, just Miniart's just above and beyond these days with the stuff they add in their kits, like you've got chair, lamp, telephones, desks, flash chairs, cupboards, lovely little round top table, chest of drawers, yeah, beautiful stuff. And then they've got these that you can cut out and use as a rug in the back. So and here's some posters that you can put up, like you can cut those out and put those, so obviously they're in scale as well. Fantastic stuff. And then you've got your beautiful colour call out down here with the actual colours. And these are the 2 back glossy pages. And here's the one on the front cover that you can build this version here that's on the front cover. So very, very nice. And then there's another one on the back here as well. So even just looking through the instructions is exciting, guys. Decals look like they're on that sort of paper that looks like it's very, very thick sort of paper, and it's got that, you see the papery look through it. But the decals themselves, you can see just a little bit of silvering around them. They don't look overly thick, but they're not probably the best decals in the world either. But they do look quite okay. They'll be fine if you get the setting solution, settle them down okay, they'll be fine. Headlights with all the nice grooves in them, a nice clear glass there for the windscreens. Looks like it's done really nice and fine, that glass. It's not hazy to look through or anything like that, so it's really well done that. So we'll start, these are obviously our tyre sprues. There's nothing really major to look at with these. I'm just looking at the tread pattern on the tyres, looks nice. Minimum little bit of flash around them, and the edges of these have actually got bits of tread on them, so as you put them together, it's a strange thing, but as they gather together they'll make up the full tread pattern. It's very, very strange the way they've done that. So here's our rims and some more parts of the tyre. We've got our hubs in there, and the hubs look really nice, some nice detail on those with the studs and that going through them. These hubs here and these rims, again, they're really nice. And you can see that piece there, it's that big piece of flash sticking out in the middle. That's something that will have to be trimmed off. But it's not overly bad. And they are all the same, them pieces. And now we're looking at our cab. Now, the cab I can see injector pin marks. I don't think there's an inside that goes on that to cover that up. The seat will obviously cover these parts, but there's a couple up here you might want to get rid of, especially if you're going to have the doors open. So make sure you got rid of those. The flooring there, the only injector pin marks is around where the seat's going to sit over it, so you won't see them. The guards, again, underneath, you're not going to see those, but if you want to have it tipped up or anything, you might want to get rid of them. And looking at the roof, there is injector pin marks up on the roof. It depends on how you want this to be viewed. If you're really pedantic, you might want to get rid of those as well, but that's not something I'd worry too much about. Now, the way these are joined here is a little bit, they're very delicate parts and they're joined in 2 places on the ends, which isn't too bad, but they've got this big piece of slag hanging off there that has to be trimmed off as well, so that could be a little bit of an issue. Be very careful taking those off. We've got this guy here, this little tiny round elbow part here, and it's joined right in the middle of the elbow, so again, a really nice Like these guys here, I've got these Exron cutters. They're very nice. They cut and don't leave any stubble on the plastic. You cut them nice and smooth. They're a nice sharp knife. Don't use blunt cutters up against the part. So, but there is some really fine plastic there. So again, it's fine. So take care when you're doing it. Here's our doors, and they've actually got the stud pattern going around the outside of the trims there, which is a really nice touch. The outside are quite fine. And here's our side for our tray in the back, and really nice wood grain, and it's very, very fine. It's not overdone. Like sometimes in 35th scale you get wood grain that's just way overdone, but that is really, really nice. And you've got your bolt or your stud patterns in there as well. They are really nice, guys. That's obviously part of this. Oh, that's the wooden braces that go underneath the tray. So even they've got that beautiful grain in them as well. So fantastic stuff. And here's our floor, and it's the same. It's exactly the same, guys. It's got all that beautiful pattern in there. Very, very fine detail in there. It's really nice on both sides. So obviously your underside will have to line up with there, and that's your top side where your studs, where it joins through the top. They are really nicely done. The moulding is so fine, it's just beautiful. Okay, I'm not going to go through and try and name all these parts because I honestly have no idea what they are. These look like little hooks. There's some sort of canvas or something rolled up for windows or something, I'm not sure. But they're a bit of our suspension. Obviously there's a seam mark running up the middle of that suspension. There always is on suspension. It's one thing I have noticed, that the parts, the seam line's very, very fine around most of it, so it won't take too much cleanup, which is good because some of these parts are really fine. It will be a pain if they've got seams around there. They're going to take a lot of cleaning, but obviously this hasn't got it, which is really nice. Okay, so this is part of our furniture. This is something I'm really looking forward to. Now the chair, the back on this chair is just sensational. This is really nicely moulded. This is something you would expect to buy as a separate kit, to have something this nice, but this is actually thrown in there. It's just fantastic. I can see a bit of flashing around the edges of all this that you'll have to take care of, and even on the inside of the chair, a little bit of flashing. But there's actually a cloth texture in that middle part where the cloth is, where all the actual, what do you call it, wood turning, and that is just beautiful the way they've done it. That is really, really nice. The chest of drawers, again, nice and fine. There's wood grain in that, but it's so fine you can barely see it. It's really nicely done, and this lovely little pattern engraved into here. Really impressed with that, guys. Again, that cloth pattern in the top of the seat there. Really impressed with that. So that one there is the same. So obviously you get a fair bit of furniture that you can put in, and this one here will have the other bits of furniture. Here's our wooden chair. So this will have to be, it's fairly delicate to put together by looking at the instructions, this wooden chair. So it's going to be a bit chonky and wonky and wiggly when you first do it, so give it time to set before you go playing with it. But that's really nicely done as well. Very nice indeed. There's the handle off the telephone, fantastic. It really looks the part. There's our lantern. That'll obviously have painted up to try and make that look like glass, which, you know, they could have probably added a glass piece in there to, actually maybe they have, because that's the top of the lantern and the base goes in there, so maybe there is a glass piece in there. I didn't look at the instructions close enough, but I dare say there is, because that's not the full lantern there. What have we got here? Our chassis. Again, it's really nicely moulded. I can see just the smallest bits of flash, and only on a couple of parts, and the seam line's very fine too. Shouldn't take too much cleaning up at all. But all your bolts and everything are all in there, so yeah, that should be nice. I see this piece here has got a bit of twisting and bending going on there, so that could be an issue to try and straighten out without breaking the thing. But that's what happens when you get all these fine parts all in these boxes, guys. And one thing about Miniart, they put all these into one bag, and obviously the clear parts are in a separate bag so they don't scratch. It's sort of like Airfix do, which, you know, is okay. I mean, it does the job protecting it in the box, but the pieces sort of bang and rub together, which if they've been around a lot, after a while pieces start falling off and getting, you know, wear marks in them and stuff like that. But this has got the engine block and fans and the belt, and really beautiful detail. Your starter motors, radio. The radio's got some beautiful patterns built into that. That's really nicely engraved, and that's even finer again there. That's incredible, eh? Gear levers, and I'm not going to try and name all the rest of the parts off the engine, guys. I'm definitely not any mechanical car freak. The seats have obviously got that lovely texture sort of built into there as well, so it looks like a a cushioned sort of seat. Firewall with the wiring already built in. Here's our bonnet with the hinges, so you can have them open and closed. Very, very nice. Well, that's about it, guys. That's about all I can sort of show you in the kit. I've got to say I'm super impressed with how nice it looks, but as modelers we know sometimes things look beautiful, but putting them together is a different story. So it'll be interesting to see just how this thing builds up, and to be honest, it's probably not going to be too long until I have a go at it, because this thing has really grabbed me. I really want to get one of these things built, because it just lends itself to so much, and I couldn't even tell you offhand how I'm going to build this, because I just got so many ideas running through my head with what I want to do. It's one of the things I love about kits like this. So, but anyway, guys, that's about all I can tell you with the kit at this stage. Like always, guys, check out my links down below there. And like I've got, hit the like button if you like the video. I've got a sub button down there. You can give that a big hit as well if you like my videos. But other than that, guys, like always, thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next video.